Between Us, a show where we tell you what stocks to buy and what stocks to dump. So this week, we're going to talk about a medical ailment that's been plaguing Gabe's life. Do you want to walk us through it?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. A couple years ago, this part of my thigh went numb. And
How did you notice that?
Because it's just numb. If it's like, it feels numb. I don't know. He's like, Mother, what I want is this. I would watch a whole show of just this. Of just him trying to jump up on couches and chew on bones. This is basically just a puppy cam.
Yeah.
It's like, they're like, hey, are you guys filming? We're going to absolutely do the most. Fanty, I don't know how to
Okay, keep going.
Simply explain this to you, but you simply cannot. It's like the most disgusting popsicle. How dare she? if
Oh no! Oh no, and she took it.
Here she come. Shuggies took it.
She'll chew it over there though. Okay, let's give you pets. Let's just give you some loving and some pets. Forget about that. Forget about that. Forget about Mommy's betrayal. Forget about that. So your leg goes numb.
Okay, so my leg goes numb. And I had a lot of like hip problems and stuff. So I don't know how I noticed it, but I was like, uh-oh. But it's just this part of my thigh to like my knee a little bit. I did physical therapy. I did a bunch of stuff. Didn't really help or do anything. And I was like, well, it's not really affecting my ability to live. And at most...
It's weird that it's just a patch of skin. Like, it's not your whole leg.
Because the nerve that's damaged is just the one that does this. It's called the metaparesis. It's meta something. Yeah, exactly that.
What does that mean? Like, it's like a pinched nerve?
Well, we're going to find out. If it's pinched, if it's dead, we don't know.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So I ignore that, as an American in our healthcare system does. Mm-hmm. And I thought, oh, it'd be fun to get a tattoo there considering it's numb. That's all I thought about. Then my hands start going numb about a couple months ago. That a bit harder to ignore due to it being my hands. So, and it's not just one hand, both hands. So both hands start going numb. And then I was like, that's bad. And then it becomes painful, like painful numb. Like, I don't know how to explain, like, someone was trying to get me to, like, they were like, what does it feel like? And I was like, it's achy. Like, it's not like, it just feels like an ache. And it feels like you want to, like, rub and massage your arms and, like, find where the pressure point is or something. But it's like, yeah. So, and then also, like, if you do a certain move or something, it'll, like, twinge. So that was bad. Then I realized that it was getting harder for me to open stuff or hold things. So I would drop stuff way more because I don't think I'm closing my fist enough. Or I would, like if I turn a doorknob, I've noticed like I have to use both hands. So that's...
Isn't it so disorienting to like lose control of your body?
Well, listen, aging is like to be able to turn, like, oh, I would turn the doorknob and go into my house. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, like whatever. So that's bad. Also, I work out a lot. And so all of a sudden my arms are numb. And so I was like, oh, okay. Which, by the way, even if you do everything right, it doesn't matter. Anyway, no one knows that more than me or you. But, and it's really painful. And so you can't ignore it. So I get an appointment for the hand doctor. Go to the hand. I literally didn't even know. Like, I called them to make the appointment. And I was like, my hands are numb and hurt. Are you who I call? Like, I was like, I didn't even know. Like, it was like, I just Googled like hand doctor, like in my network. And then I was like, they were like, okay, we'll make you an appointment. And I was like, and this is the right place? And they were like, yeah, no, this is the right doctor. And I was like, amazing.
Well, it's good that you do that. Because one time when I wanted to get the knee surgery, I like waited like, I don't know, like a month or two to like see this doctor. And then like I went in and they were like, oh yeah, we don't do that kind.
Oh.
And it was like, why did no one tell me that?
Exactly.
And I had waited at that office for like an hour.
Oh my God.
And I was so pissed. And then I threw a fit.
Good.
And then he got me in to see the other guy.
Nice. Free Luigi. Anyway, so I go. The doctor's very nice. And she does a bunch of tests where she's like, moves my hands in a certain way and then goes, tell me when your hands go numb. And I was like, what? And so we're just waiting like this. And then all of a sudden numb. Or she'd be like, okay, hold it like this. Like, of course, she studied this in school. So she was like, having me move them in certain ways and then being like waiting for how long it would take for it to deaden the arm. So what I felt was random was not, in fact.
And they said it was carpal tunnel.
So then she was like, it could be carpal tunnel. It could also be radial tunnel, which I finally, that my dad's stories are never straight. I finally got a straight answer out of him about the arm. So my dad had a surgery a couple times in the 80s and 90s, and he's got a big scar up his arm. The other week, he was like, I had radial tunnel syndrome, which is carpal tunnel, but for your elbow.
He didn't mention that until just this past week?
No, it would always be kind of like, it would always be kind of multiple.
But he's known that you've had these issues and he never mentioned it?
I don't know that he would connect that.
Okay. Carpal tunnel and radial tunnel?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's genetic or not. I know he has a lot of, like, nerve issues. Like, his hand, he has his dead hand and stuff. Like.
But is that from the surgery or that's different?
So he had the radial tunnel syndrome. He got his hands went dead. His hand went dead. He got the surgery. It was like, I guess in the 80s, so the scar is massive. Then it worked a little bit for a while. Then it died again. So he did another surgery in like the 90s, and it worked for a little while, and then it stopped. But he can use the hand, like he can grip. He just can't open it. So the hand's like that. Mm. But he can't open it, but he can close it. So he's like, fuck it, that's all I need. And he gets a golf candy cap, which he loves. Anyway, Ooh. She's like, okay, wear these braces to sleep, and let's see what happens. Come here, Fanty.
Phantom, come on. Please, for the love of God. Thank you.
Chonk. Little chonkster. So I get these two braces. I wear the braces to sleep on both wrists. I'm no longer waking up screaming in pain. The pain is gone. Well, the pain is gone. Like, I'm not waking up from it. Like, I can sleep.
Oh, good.
So I was like, okay, great. But I go in to follow up, and I'm like, the hands are still numb, and they hurt, like, when I move and stuff. And they're still weak. The pain when I sleep is gone, though. And she was like, yeah, that's good, but it's not good enough. That's not what I wanted. So now I had to schedule EMG or neuropathy test, which is, and also on this follow-up appointment, I was like, oh, by the way, my thigh's been numb for 2 years. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I don't know if that's connected and she's like, yeah, we should look at that. And I was like, well, I don't know, you're the hand doctor. And she was like, she was like, it has to do with your nerves. And I was like, well, I don't know if there's a separate guy for the thigh.
I'm actually surprised that there isn't.
Right? I mean, there probably is.
But that's nice that she's not, like, out of my zone.
Right? Yeah. So I have to go and get a nerves test on both my arms, which Allison's going to come with me to. And it's an hour for each limb. And it's apparently, the doctor told me, yeah, it's not fun. And, like, I'm not going to lie to you, right? So then I call to make, by the way, scheduling the appointment was a full nightmare. So I'm, like, calling all these different places. Then I would call and I would say, oh, I have a referral from this doctor. So do you guys take Blue Shield? Because that's the referral. They were like, no, we don't. I'm like, then why?
So what could the outcomes be from this nerve test?
Okay. And then we're going to do the hands, and then we're going to do the thigh. So they might be related, might be separate. And we have to do it on different days. Because I'll tell you, when I was scheduling it, the woman was like, oh, we can get you in and you can do all three. And I was like, it's not recommended that we do all three. This is the place that was going to make me wait a month and a half. And I was like, well, she's like, well, it's not recommended we do all three. And I was like, because it's very overwhelming and painful, right? You want to space it out. And she was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, then why were you going to let me, whatever.
I think my dad has had this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So why are you making that face? He had a bad time? He had a really bad time.
Why do you think I'm coming with you?
Oh, no.
knows? Everyone has such different experiences with different things.
Okay. Should I mean,
you have a high pain tolerance.
I really do. Disassociation. I have a high pain tolerance also, but here's the thing. I was just thinking, I was like, oh, I should take an edible, but no, you shouldn't because they need to accurately see how much pain you're in.
Oh yeah, don't take anything.
Okay. Well,
it'll be okay.
It's so not real. Your face is so not like you have no poker face. Your face is so not reassuring. Could not have been less reassuring if you were like your eyes were shifty.
I'm just really tired. I
know.
Poker face in the morning.
Oh, So the outcomes are they're basically going to figure out which nerve is affected. So which nerve is dead. So if I don't feel anything, then that's bad. If I feel pain, I think that's actually good.
Oh.
It'll adjust the treatment. Like she's like, okay, you're wearing these splints, but like what if the nerve that's affected is in the elbow? Then you need to be sleeping with elbow splints. Or if, right, just like this, like like a zombie. Or if you know, what if we want to do surgery on carpal tunnel, but the nerve is actually like, you know, I don't know, somewhere else.
In your leg.
Know? It's my leg the whole time. Or yeah, and then what's this about? You know, like and then there's also, okay, we what if the nerves are okay, then we need to start x-raying the brain and the spine to find out if there's like something pressing, you know, because it's all your limbs are sort of connected. And then some people in the Instagram comments were like, you got to check the spine, bro. It's spine. If it's 3 out of the 4 limbs, it might be the spine.
I think that this is a totally different thing. I'm not a doctor, but I just suspect that the leg thing is like a totally different thing.
I think they are messed up nerves, but I don't think they're connected to each other. Yeah. Like I don't think it's the spine radiating out, but who knows? But I think it is. I think it's like each arm and this leg are separate nerve damage.
Okay. Yeah. Write in and let us know what you think.
Yeah, has anybody had one of these tests? I guess, well, no, this will get posted, and then I'll have the test on, when did I tell you?
The 17th.
The 17th. I'll have the arms test on the 17th. Because I could split up the arms, but I think you won't get me back in there if they do one. You know what I mean? Just do both the arms.
But you've had painful tattoos. Like, some people have never experienced that.
Okay, wow. You just called Ken Raskin a weakling.
And look, it is different, obviously, but like you can tolerate pain really well. And so can my dad, but
different. It's different. Yeah, we'll see.
My dad his feet are numb all the time.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm. Well, he has MS.
Okay. And that was something the commenters were talking about.
Yeah, I'm coming with you. Everything's going to be okay.
Well, check back in. This is in real time.
MS, they have a lot of great medications now.
Oh my God.
They really do.
Okay.
His doctor said that they think that now his is not even going to get any worse than what it is, and it might even get better.
Whoa.
Never heard a doctor say that about MS before.
I know. So people were saying that they've had carpal tunnel surgery and that it was like amazing. Not that bad. She did say I would have to get my arms done like a couple weeks apart from each other so I could wipe my butt. That is literally what the doctor said. She said you don't want to do them at the same time because someone will have to wipe your butt.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense.
I appreciate her forthcoming manner. Mm-hmm. Wow, you really took Phantom's bone and took off.
Yeah, she does that.
You're going to let her do that to you?
It's like 10 bones.
Yeah, but it's the principle of the thing, Phantom. You got to stand up for yourself.
Sometimes they'll each have a bone, and Phantom will just watch Sugar chew the bone and be like, I want that one. But he has his own, and vice versa. And I think that's what's wrong with being alive.
Phantom doesn't stand up for himself against Sugar as a general rule.
That's not true.
Really?
Yeah, if I'm petting Sugar, he runs over and pushes her out of the way so he can get the pets.
Why do you look innocent to me? But you're the bad boy.
He's a bad guy. He's doing bad stuff. He's a bad guy. He's doing bad stuff.
He looks so innocent, but you're the bad boy.
He's a bad boy. He's also a really nice guy, though.